Welcome back yet again to the Bibs Corner podcast. Your home for what? I got my mic turned away from me. See, this is a unprofessional beginning to this. You know what? We're gonna rock with it. Um, I just realized my mic was turned in a different direction. But again, if you, in case you couldn't hear it, because I have no idea how the sound is picked up, welcome back to the Bibs Corner podcast. Your home for all things sports. God damn.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long week, man. Long month,
I
long
understand.
year,
I
long
understand.
everything. So, anyway, you're home for film and entertainment and TV and all the other good stuff that happens on screens with people pretending. So, um, this is episode 567 deep dive Bel Air. If you checked in, if you watched the previous, we did 1 through 4 with Shad. I was supposed to have or wanted to get Reese on that one, but he hadn't watched the show at that point. I was supposed to have Shad on this one, but Shad is dealing with some health issues. That makes it sound way more serious than it is. The man got a headache,
Right.
so he wasn't able to make it. But I do have Reese with me. Y'all should be very familiar with Reese, but I'll do the introduction anyway. My co-host on the Mavs Outsiders podcast, host of the Mind of Reese podcast with Jerron and Derek. And I don't know if you're going to fire the YouTube back up, but you can also find them on YouTube at Mind of Reese, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Reese, definitely glad to have you on for this.
Glad to be back on. I definitely upset I missed the last one, especially going back to listen to it. Hoping the next one we do it can be all three of us, because I definitely want to do this with Shad as well, since I know his crazy ass is gonna have me on here rolling.
Yeah.
And he's actually really good with the references, like remembering a lot of
he made me
deep
feel like,
cuts.
yeah, he made me feel like I did watch the damn show a couple
Yeah,
times.
like I was listening to it. I was like, damn, I don't even remember that. He sounded like the dude at Comic Con where they be like, remember in episode 5, season 6, at the 15-minute mark, where shit like that.
That's how
So
he had me feeling like, damn, was that like a bonus episode? What the hell was that?
it was like, and you sitting there like, I'm nervous and embarrassed, because like, is this an episode I'm supposed to remember, or is he the only one that really know this off top?
He made me feel
Like,
like Carlton watching that. Listening, like, I was like, damn, am I black? Shit.
oh man, yeah,
Oh
he,
man.
because at the end of the episode he said, yeah, I hope I can do it with Reese, because I know he gonna remember some of that. No, I'm not.
All right, so I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I
Nah,
was
you
tripping. I was
you
like,
wasn't alone.
do I need to go back and rewatch the series? Like, what's going
Some of
on?
the stuff I did remember, some of the stuff I caught, but it was
Yeah.
some stuff where I was like, damn, I forgot all about that.
I had me,
Like,
yeah, he had me like thinking, like, did I see that? Like, did I miss an
I
episode? Like,
was
what's going
googling
on?
shit while listening to the episode. Is I'm telling you.
Hey, but that's a good thing. But again, yeah, hopefully for sure we it's the three of us for the finale and all that, because I can already tell they're gonna do something crazy to leave us off, especially knowing that they have a season 2 coming. Like, they have no reason to hold back on the cliffhangers.
Facts, yeah, it's definitely seemed like it's ramping up. The drama is ramping up. We definitely going to end on a type of cliffhanger that's going to have us hating and loving the show at the same time. I can feel it. Even the sort of cliffhanger that we got left on with the last one.
Exactly. So, before we get into 5, 6, 7, is there anything about your initial impressions of the show that you want to get into, since you weren't on that one that we did for episodes 1 through 4? Like, your first thoughts when you watched that first episode, or as you were going through those first 4 episodes, anything you want to hit on?
Not really. I just want to give my overall thoughts on the show. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but I know I mentioned it to Jerron and Derek, where I was like, I'm gonna give this a shot because it looks interesting. I'm just not sure if a show like Fresh Prince needed a dramatic reimagining to this extent. And after the first episode, I was hooked. Like, and listening to people, they're like, the theme song is catchy, it's nice, but it's kind of dark. Like, there's a deeper story there, and when you listen
Yeah.
to it, there is, and they tell it. And I think the best part about this, like, if it was one of those dramas where it was overly dramatic
Right.
and like the stuff felt forced, I wouldn't like it. But everything on here feels organic. All of the drama feels organic. It seems together perfectly. Everything makes sense. You can relate to some of the stuff. It's
Hmm.
not stuff where you're like, that wouldn't happen with real people.
Right.
Everything you see in this would, could, and has happened to real people and could
Hmm.
happen to you if it hasn't already. So, I love this show. This is the one show I look forward to every goddamn week. um, um, so yeah, that's really just my first impressions on the first four. I like how they done the characters.
Hmm.
The essence of the original characters are still there. Just some characteristics are changed to fit a drama instead of a sitcom. Like
Exactly.
Hillary is still bubbly and friendly, but she's not dumb.
Right.
Carlton is still stuck up. He's just not corny. He's a coon. Like Ashley is the
Still,
we. I, Ashley's there.
they try to give her a little bit of personality. It's just
Yeah,
not
I
enough yet.
mean, I'm gonna be honest. Making a character not sure about their sexuality ain't enough of a
Yeah.
personality to give someone.
Exactly.
I need a little more. But she's also a child, so in a drama like this, I wouldn't expect
Right.
so much emphasis on someone so young. Because what can they really be
Right.
dealing with? You feel me?
And I
So,
know you don't watch. I know you don't watch This Is Us, but like to your point about trying to make children fit into a world that's like dominated by adult drama, they pretty much did the same thing. Like the most dramatic. Well, they had two dramatic things with kids. One of them, um, the main daughter is fine, thinks she's gay, or she tells her parents she's gay. Like that's the obvious easy thing. Children dealing with sexuality. That's the most dramatic thing that they possibly could be going through at these days, right? But the other one, she comes from like she had to go through she's adopted, so she had to go through the system and all that a little bit. Like she was living on the streets with her mom. Like that's the only other thing, and that's obviously not going to be the case for Ashley.
right.
So, so she lives
only
a
thing, only
life
thing
of
I could,
comfort.
only thing I could think of when I see Ashley is, how does this girl grow up to be dark skinned Tiana Paris? Like, in fucking Captain Mark, like she grows up to be Monica. Like,
Uh,
how did
that's a different universe. I can't think
you know
about that.
what? I'm not even gonna get into that. Jabari Banks is perfect as well,
Oh my god.
even down to like, you know, sometimes you look at him and you see Will.
Yeah.
Like, he's a much better actor than Will was
Mm.
when he was on Fresh Prince. This dude's ability to cry and like not even just tears rolling down, like that cry where
The vein
yeah,
popping.
your vein popping, the eyes are watery, but no tears falling, and you just like, bruh, this motherfucker is hurt. Like yeah, he's amazing, man. Uncle Phil and Aunt Viv.
Mm.
Yeah, I could go on forever talking about it, but to sum it up, I love it so far.
Okay, yeah, I think, and you know what's funny? Like I read the comments when people are talking about the show. Anybody that's actually watching the show, I cannot find any real negative tweets at all. Like I don't know if I've seen a single negative tweet about the show.
Yeah, I don't see tweets. I've seen like my friend, like Jerron has sent me negative Facebook posts and like, what the fuck are these people talking about? And I'm like, they're literally like in the minority.
But
Like
like, is it people that are actually watching the show, or are they responding to like clips? Because I've seen that. I've seen people respond to like hearing that something has occurred, or seeing a clip, or
I don't
assuming.
think I don't think they're actually watching the show because they're still saying dumb shit like,
Yeah,
"Oh, Carlton's doing coke," and if you watch the show,
it makes
you
sense.
know it's not coke.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
they make it obvious it's not coke. Um, Another one I've seen, like, I think in the first few episodes, someone said, I don't like how they trying to make it so big on black issues, and I'm like, Fresh Prince did that. The original Fresh Prince did that,
I think I
and
saw
this
that
is
one today, actually.
and this was a Facebook post from a friend I saw.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, somebody else said it on Twitter. Like,
Oh, okay.
it looked like they were just doing a whole bunch of black issues and blah blah blah.
If you say it looks like, that means you didn't watch it. But
Exactly.
nonetheless, the original Fresh Prince did it, and this is a drama.
Right.
So what do you think's gonna happen? Like, come on.
And
And
what
it's
has
not like it's
happened?
unrealistic.
Yeah, what has happened is unrealistic. Are there gangs in West Philly? Yes.
Hmm.
They didn't put Will in a gang. He lived there. Like, you got to navigate that. That's what he was doing.
Exactly.
He was navigating it. He just stepped across a line he shouldn't have stepped across, and they acknowledged that too, that he shouldn't have been there in the first place. Um, with what's going on with the school, yes, if you will go to a prep school and you're one of the few black kids, you're gonna have some racial tension. That's real. Like, there's nothing that I've seen in this show, like you said earlier, that's unrealistic and needs to be like clowned or whatever.
Right.
And then when you take a guy like Will, who's grew up in a city and went to a school that was predominantly black, and you throw him into that prep school environment, he's not going to adjust quickly. Like, it's going to be a fish out of water scenario where you have to learn to move in those waters. And he went through that growing period. He found somebody that actually messes with him, and he's calmed down since then. So, you know,
And that's
any
not something we really got to saw in the original either. We didn't really get to see how he had to adjust to Bel Air. It was like quick, just like that.
exactly, exactly. So yeah, let's get into episodes 5, 6, and 7. um, episode 5 is a big one. Trey arrives in Bel Air. If we recall from the previous episodes, Will and Carlton both said if they got some signatures or if they got people to sign up to vote, they wanted different things, and Will's gift was having Trey come out and enjoy Bel Air with him.
Right.
Um, Will, at the beginning of the episode, is having a debate with himself about whether or not he wants to go back home now that the threat is gone.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's not now. That
No,
now
and
look,
he's having it like, well, go ahead.
I ain't get to speak on this
All right.
because y'all had already did 1 through 4.
Okay.
We got Ghost and Tommy on Bel Air, bro.
Oh God. Oh, you wanted to go back?
He's sending out hits from across the country, getting dudes clapped in less than 24 hours in the strip
I'm
club,
saying,
bro.
same day.
Same day, prime delivery. Man, I just had to get that off. Go ahead.
No, you're right, because I'm legit scared of Jeffrey at this point.
Yo, even the way he talks is intimidating.
Right.
It's like, and it's a scene in the episode we gonna get to where I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
brother, you need to leave.
Protect yourself. Oh man. But yeah, that was something. And Will, like, he seemed shook by it, but at the same time he kind of accepted it. I think he says something about it also in this 3 episodes. He says something like Jeffrey's gangster or something like that.
Did he? Did I miss that?
I can't remember which episode it was. I don't know if I made a note. We'll see.
Okay.
But he definitely said something about Jeffrey acknowledging how dangerous he is, basically. So Trey arrives. Everything's cool. That's the homie. And, we only saw Trey briefly, but I personally, I know I said it in the previous episode, I felt the connection between them. Like, I could tell their friendship was real. They had great chemistry. Like, I like Trey.
I'll say the difference between Trey's relationship with Will and Jazz's relationship with Will is obviously in the original we saw Jazz more with Will than we did see Ice Trey.
Right.
And we felt that relationship mainly because we knew their relationship in real life, but it was displayed well on the show. This one, the relationship with Jazz happened so quick, it doesn't even feel like a real friendship. It feels like, hey, you the first person I met out in Bel Air that I connect with. I'm gonna keep in touch with you. With
Exactly.
Trey, like within the first episode, I can tell how close they were from like the jump. Like, oh, these dudes grew up together.
Yeah.
Like, they've been friends since they were kids. These dudes
Right.
are like brothers. They love each other. Obviously, you're not meant to feel that with Jazz, but that doesn't even feel like a friendship at all. Just
No,
feels
exactly.
like,
I think
yeah.
they've had one moment where they hooked up or linked up like randomly, and that was when the basketball court scene.
That's the only time it felt like a friendship, and that seemed more like
Oh, this dude got stuff going on.
Jazz is the wisdom guy or something.
Right.
Like,
Right. Like a big brother almost.
right.
or a cousin, older, distant older cousin that you just meeting for the first time. Like
like everybody else in that house.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I like that you pointed that out because Trey is the day one. That's the dude that he grew up with in the staying over each other's houses and all that good stuff. So, I'm personally I didn't know what to expect with him coming there. I just thought it would be a cool good time, right? Um, very quickly, Trey gets drunk at Hillary's event, and you could tell he was sneaking alcohol. I don't think they were meaning. I think they gave him wine, but they didn't get. He was drinking the hard stuff, and he
Yeah,
tells
he was
Carlton
doing a bit
everything.
too much.
He tells Carlton everything
Let
about
me.
Will being there. Go ahead.
Trey pissed me off so much this episode. Like, I every time he opened his mouth, I'm like, bro, why are you being a dumbass? Like,
Right,
even when they were up there getting dressed, he was like, I ain't wearing that. Something, something. I'm like, bro, it's not that deep. Like, have you ever been in a mansion before? Have
right.
you been
Like
in a house like this before? Have you been to a dinner like this before? Oh, shut up, dress how you supposed to dress, and go eat, nigga. Like, oh wait, dang. Wait, can I say that on here?
fuck it. Yeah, go for it.
No, I'm not gonna keep saying it on
Not
here.
not too
But
hard, but
yeah,
yeah.
I'm not gonna.
You can get it's like a PG-13. You can get away with like one or
I
two.
got one. That's my one. Um, like, and then for him, I guess you're drunk. You know, you know you had no business saying it, but you were drunk. He never showed any sympathy for saying it in the first place, but you
Right.
were irresponsible and got drunk. You're a visitor out here. Like, have some manners and some respect. What? I know you from Philly, but come on now. No disrespect to Philly.
Yeah, that was I was upset. Like I had to like turn away from the screen. I was like, I know this man ain't gonna just tell him everything. Like they worked so hard to keep this away from Carlton. He just gave him all the keys. And we already know how Carlton was feeling about Will. So now he got all the ammunition he needs to cause more problems.
And that's not just gonna go away. Like,
At all.
regardless of where Will and Carlton relationship goes or where it look like it's going, we're gonna come back to that.
Yeah.
Because it seemed like it went away way too easily. And one thing I've learned about this, nothing goes away easily. So
Not at all.
yeah,
Everything's gonna it's gonna come to a head at some point. So the next thing there is that Carlton confronts his father with this information that he knows about Will, and he's upset because like his dad's first of all running for DA, and he's like, all my life you preached to me about accountability and obeying the rules and obeying the laws, and of course he doesn't know the full circumstances of why Will was there. All he knows is Will had a gun, he was facing jail time, and his dad got him off.
right.
And so with just those details, he didn't ask Will for his side of the story, none of that. He goes to his dad and was like, you told me about accountability, and then you went and plucked this guy out of the system, got rid of his charges, and he gets to live my life basically now, like none of that happened. And he's disappointed in his dad. I personally I can't technically be mad at him about being disappointed finding that information out the way he did.
I think Carlton overreacted, and I think Carlton was being a bitch ass as usual. And I
He
say this
definitely
because
was.
I say this because like you're only disappointed in your dad because you have an issue with Will. You have an
Right.
issue with another man being in the house. And I think y'all said this on the podcast. He said like, well, I always wanted a brother, and then you just go straight to acting like an asshole, bro. Like I don't understand. You didn't even give the guy a chance, and you're upset that I, I mean, clearly there's something there between him and Uncle Phil. Probably a relationship he wished was better, but
Mm-hmm.
they aren't really showing that. So I don't want to jump to that.
No, they've kind of put it out there. They haven't, like you said, they haven't really hit it hard.
Right.
But there's like an obvious, the father son dynamic. I've dealt with this personally, where you want to live up to your father's expectations. You want to live up to your father's name if he's established, if he's doing things. And Carlton's been trying to do that. And Will comes in, and one of the first things that they do is while Carlton is hating Will, he sees his dad on the basketball court that his dad says he installed for Colton,
Right.
who never used it. He sees his dad on the court shooting hoops with Will. Like he's filling in a hole that his dad had in his heart, soul, whatever. And Colton is threatened by that.
Yeah. I can understand that. I just it was that sometimes I couldn't tell if is this an issue between Carlton and his dad, or is this still Carlton hating on Will and it's extending to his relationship with his dad? Like, was there already a pre-existing issue, or is
Mm-hmm.
that issue stemming from his disdain of Will?
I think I'm trying to put myself in Carlton's shoes, right? Because
Right.
that's kind of one of the things I do is I try to put myself in a person's shoes and try to understand their perspective. If you already have that natural tension with your father, not necessarily to where he's like in this episode, like I said, he's disappointed in him and he confronts him, but it's I can't be exactly what he wants me to be, but I still want to show him that I'm great.
Right.
And then you inject another male into that situation who does things that you don't do very well, and your dad is giving that man love, you're feeling like he's stealing some of your shine. Like, what about what I'm doing, dad? Like going to the basketball game instead of the lacrosse game. That's a deep cut. So I do think there was probably some of the tension with his dad, but I do think Will is kind of heightening it to another level and adding more layers to it. Maybe even exposing some things that Carlton didn't realize he had in him about between him and his dad.
I'm excited about. I'm actually excited about where the Carlton and Will relationship goes, especially since it seems to die down a little bit. But I'm pretty sure we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll definitely get to that. So I definitely wanted to hit the Carlton finding out. He confronts his dad. He also confronts Will.
Right.
And he tells Will, first of all, to stay out of his way because I know, and to stay away from Lisa. Basically, stay away from Lisa, stay out of my way, or I can ruin your life.
Right. Facts. And,
Which
and,
kind of
and
sucked. I didn't
it,
like that at all.
I thought that was messed up, and you could tell Will was hopeless by the
Yeah.
way he reacted.
Because imagine, like, we've seen this, and again, we're only, this is the fifth episode, right? But we've seen all that Will has been through in this short amount of time.
Right.
And he was finally starting to feel comfortable. And then Carlton hits him and reminds him, your life is in my hands. Like that's got to be like that had to be a sucky feeling. And like you said, Will expressed that pretty clearly, I think.
Facts.
Anything else you want to hit on there?
On that topic, no, I'm good.
Okay. So that's the Carlton Will situation. The next thing, we can skip that. Michael Ealy.
Oh Lord. Every
My,
time this, every time, every time this waffle colored brother pops up in a TV show or a movie, I know it's about to be a problem.
so you saying he's typecast?
Yes,
Michael Ealy.
as a demon.
I mean, he's embracing it. So in this episode, he was very clearly hitting on Aunt Viv. I think we talked about it in a previous episode when he first arrived, but this episode takes it a little bit further, I think. Um, we'll get into that a little deeper, but again, episode 5, there's a little bit more signs of Michael Ealy pushing up on Viv. There, not a lot happens with that here, but again, it does come up again. What else do we have? Oh, this is where Ashley opens up to Hillary about her crush in this episode.
Yes, that was his episode.
She tells her name because previously she just mentioned she likes girls or she might like a girl.
Yeah,
But this time she tells her it's Lucia.
yeah.
Um,
The girl she
like
met online playing games, right?
yes, I believe
Yes.
like her gamer groups or whatever. We'll get into that a little bit deeper in another episode as well. The big issue in episode 5 is between Trey and Will. So they go to the D Smoke concert. How'd you feel about the D Smoke cameo? First of all,
Man, I think I told you how I felt about this. Like, I'm not a D Smoke fan. Never listened to his music. Heard
what?
he's I never listened to his music. Heard he's good. Heard he was on like Netflix or something. Nominated for a Grammy. Heard good things about him. Never got around to listening to his music. But I also know fanboying over D Smoke is not that serious, bro.
Time out, time out. Hold on. Let me stop you real quick. Why do I feel like I got put on the D Smoke on your podcast?
Might have been from somebody else. It wasn't me.
One of your boys, I believe, was it Derek?
It was either Derek or Jerron, but I know it wasn't me.
They were going hard for D Smoke, so I gave him a chance, and I really f with him.
I've never listened to dude.
But his brother is Sir. You know Sir?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. That's his brother.
His legit brother, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I've listened to Sir before. My girlfriend loves his music.
Yeah. So they're actual brothers.
That's cool. But even still, like Trey was sitting there like, bro, you're D Smoke. Like this is D Smoke. Oh my God, this is D Smoke. Yeah, he's D Smoke, not Jay-Z. Like, come on, man. What we doing? People probably watching this like, with all due respect to D Smoke. With all due respect to D Smoke. People are probably watching this like, who was D Smoke? Like,
that's disrespect.
Extremely confused. Like, come on, bro.
Now they did try to establish he was a big fan, but yeah, like you said, it's I'm trying to actually, you know what? I'm gonna dollar. I'm gonna go back. I was gonna agree with you, but do you know Charles Hamilton?
Yes, of course.
I met Charles Hamilton once with my friend, and he actually just walked up behind me. I didn't even realize he was there, but I saw my friend's face, and he was like he had seen a ghost or something. And keep in mind, I've never seen my friend like this. So I was like, what the fuck is happening behind me? Like, I turn around and it's Charles Hamilton. And, I introduce myself or whatever. And my friend is like, literally like not moving, can't say a word, mouth open. And Charles Hamilton is not a bit, I mean, at this point, especially, his career was on the back downturn. So I could kind of get it. If you're like really a fan of somebody, like they tried to establish that. I don't know if they did it well enough. Like he just told, oh, he put me onto your music, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, he was like, I got a million questions for him. And then 2 seconds later, D Smoke walks up and he's like, you're D Smoke, over and over.
And it's like, I'm not saying that's unrealistic.
Right.
I'm just saying
it's too much.
No reason for you to act like that. And to your friend, if he's listening, there was no reason for you to act like that. Like, and let's point this out. Was D Smoke, this is unrealistic. Am I supposed to believe D Smoke was performing at the Staples Center?
He's from Inglewood. What you mean?
No. Yeah. A lot of people from Inglewood. You expect me to believe D Smoke is filling seats in the Staples Center?
Who was he with?
Was it a D Smoke concert? Or was he opening for somebody?
He might have been opening for Kendrick or something.
Nah. Uncle Phil said, I got tickets to D Smoke. He ain't say, I got tickets to Kendrick featuring D Smoke. Because if it was tickets to Kendrick featuring D Smoke, I'm about to get close to the mic. If it was tickets for Kendrick featuring D Smoke, we have a bigger issue. Because why are they fanboying over D Smoke when Kendrick Lamar is there? Like, what are we doing?
Oh, man.
Like, bro, I took a picture with the Green Power Ranger. I wasn't acting like that. I grew up watching Power Rangers. I was not acting like that. I took a picture with the Pink Power Ranger. I was not acting like that.
Oh, man. I didn't think we were going to be roasting D Smoke today.
Come on,
I just saw he did perform at the Staples Center at halftime of a Clippers game.
Like, I met Sting. Sting. Not the singer.
For real?
Yes.
That's dope.
I've met Sting. I did not act like that. Now, if it was Jay-Z, I might act like that.
Yeah.
If it's T.I., I'ma definitely act like that. If it's D Smoke, no cap, I may not even recognize him. That's all I got to say about that.
So D Smoke, first of all, I love D Smoke right now. He's one of my favorite new artists.
I'll check his music
I
out.
didn't even realize he was on Netflix until like a week ago.
Yeah, I
I,
think
I
like
want to
even
say,
before his Grammy nomination, back then
yeah,
I was listening to the Joe Button podcast and like they kept making the jokes. Uh, Nominated for a Grammy off an album from Netflix or something like that.
you definitely would like him. I'll tell you that.
Okay.
If you listen to it, like listen to his old album first. He's bilingual too, so sometimes he raps in Spanish.
Okay. Nah,
Um,
he doing too much, but all
but the first time I think I heard him, one of the first times I heard him, like I knew his, I had heard his name, but he did a song with Snow the Product,
right.
and
Okay.
they both spoke English and Spanish on their song. And I was like, who the hell is this D Smoke dude? I could have swore he was black and he's speaking Spanish right now, but I think his dad was Hispanic and his mom was black.
That's dope. Okay, that makes sense.
Um, but his first album is, he reminds me a lot of Kendrick, Loki, like early Kendrick. As far as his how he raps, obviously he got the LA accent and all that,
Right.
but also like his ability to tell a story and all that good stuff.
D
Um,
Smoke in the Staples Center.
but yeah, I'm mad because it didn't even register for me that was unrealistic as well.
It didn't register for me until just now because for some reason when you were talking, I saw the image of Uncle Phil, Will, and Trey walking into the stadium and like cutting the line, and I'm like, was that the Staples Center? I'm sorry, crypto.com arena.
You're right. Crypto Arena. Was it a Staples show? It don't matter. It probably was still Staples when they filmed it. But yeah, now that I'm mad that we just spent that much time talking about
Yeah.
the Staples
I'm
Center
sorry
and
to
D
D
Smoke.
Smoke. You're probably a great artist, brother. As if
Yeah,
he's listening to you. Might be listening
I
to
mean
this.
he might be. He might got a time. No, but what was I about to say? Let me before we get into what happened there. No, let's get into it. Actually, I got to mention it to ask you this question because my sister just brought it up when I was talking to her a minute ago because she just watched this episode. So at the Staples Center, Will's talking about, like, they sit down. D Smoke's about to perform. I'm sorry.
Sound crazy, don't it?
It's funny because, like I said, I just like looked up D Smoke Staples Center, and all it said is Clippers halftime performer. I was like, oh shit. Like, yeah, it was at a halftime of a Clippers game, not even the Lakers. But
Wait, so that's what that was?
no, like it was, this was, and it actually might have been. They actually might have filmed it while he was performing the halftime show at the Clippers
Oh
game.
wow.
Now that I'm thinking about it, like, because I know that's a thing that happens, and that's where my next question was going. In that scene where Will like is talking to Trey, and he's like, "Yeah, when you come out here next time," and that's where it registers for Trey that Will is not trying to go back to Philly, and so an argument ensues. But before we talk about the argument, the lady sitting beside Will
Yes.
is looking like she did not look
Yes.
like an extra. She looked like
No.
she was there to watch the game or whatever. And she was like, "What the hell is going on with these two young men?"
Because I know for a fact she wasn't there for the D Smoke concert.
That too.
So like either they were there
Oh
for
man.
either they filmed that during a halftime game, or because in the show it does say like just concert, right? It didn't say he performed during
Yeah,
halftime.
the show makes it a D Smoke concert.
Yeah, there's no
But
way that white couple was going to a D Smoke concert. They old as hell. They was like 45.
it was an older, yeah, it was definitely an older couple. They might have been 50. Like,
They was like they at least 45.
yeah, they were up there. They had kids for sure. That were
I ain't see the
grown.
kids with them.
No, the kids were not with them. I was saying they had grown kids that were not at the arena with them.
Ain't no white kids in Bel Air listening to D Smoke.
Not in Bel Air, maybe in Los Angeles proper, but
Yeah. But yeah, she was visibly like
confused.
She was either not told this was acting or she's the greatest like
Extra of all time.
greatest extra of all time because she was visibly annoyed like, oh my god, the black guys are arguing again. Like that's what it felt like.
Right, like she looks concerned, like, oh god, we're at a rap concert and these dudes are arguing. Like,
Oh my god, are they gonna start shooting?
Are they gonna pull out is Jamal gonna pull out the 9?
Is he gonna up the blick?
I mean, if she was at a D Smoke concert, she might say something like that. But
Facts.
oh, I'm mad that we spent so much time talking about these logistics. But yeah, that's probably what like thinking about it. That is probably what happened. D Smoke was gonna be performing at the Staples Center during halftime of a game, and they were like, "Oh shit, we could pretend they're at a D Smoke concert. We already got permission to film in the arena. and blah blah blah. And whoever this lady was, she clearly did not get the memo that they were filming a show. Or even if she did, she maybe thought the argument sounded so real because it did
It did.
that she was like, "Are they sure they act? Like, is this a reality show? Like, what's happening?" Because Trey got pissed
He was pissed.
immediately.
Hey man, I ain't never seen that dude before, but shout out to him because he is good. Everybody in this is good.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a bad actor in this show, I don't think.
Nope. Like Ashley doesn't have a lot of personality yet, but the actress feels real. Like she feels like a
Right.
real little sister.
Like even in Captain Marvel, I liked her, so it's like, and that was that I hated that movie. That movie sucks, but I liked her as a kid in there, and I like her in this. In the small scene she's had, it's nothing
It's
for me
gotta
to
give her more to do.
grab onto. Yeah,
Yeah. No, and the beauty of the show so far, as I'll say, they don't have a ton of known actors or actresses, and they're still pulling this off. Like that's beautiful to me. Like I hate when they always go for names over talent, and like this show is gonna put a lot of these people on.
I think it really, especially Jabari Banks. Um,
He's killing it.
the only person I knew coming into this, because I didn't know that little girl was playing Ashley until I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew going into it that Coco Jones was going to be playing Hillary. She's
Right.
the only person I knew coming into this, and I haven't seen her act in anything since mid 2010s Disney,
Exactly.
mid to early 2010s.
Exactly. And like there's some other known actors in this, but they're in smaller roles like Michael Ealy, Dwayne Martin. Um, I think Carucci got
Yeah,
cast.
Dwayne Martin. I forgot he was in
She'll
this.
show up at some point.
There's
Um,
there's two. I don't know if you saw it.
the Aunt Viv,
Yeah, Aunt Viv and
the
his
lady that
mom.
played the original mom. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they're gonna make an appearance later in the season. But that's the way to use bigger names in a show like this is mostly like cameos and small roles.
because it'll get people to watch the show and they'll
Exactly.
stay for the actual show.
Right. Like, oh, such and such is willing to do an episode of this show. Maybe the show really is serious. So yeah, we got sidetracked. How'd you feel about Trey spazzing on Will at the game and ruining the D Smoke, quote unquote, D Smoke concert?
Um, I don't know how long they were at that damn concert. It seemed like they barely got to enjoy it.
They didn't. He came on the stage as they were arguing, so they didn't enjoy it at all.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, all of that fanboying for nothing.
So
But yeah, I think when this episode first aired, the whole Trey thing, I was like, bro, he's acting ridiculous. Like, uh, why are you not happy for your boy? Why are you being bitter?
thank you.
Why are you acting like this? It makes no sense for you to be acting like this. Your friend has a better opportunity to better his life, and you're upset because he doesn't want to come back to Philly where there's really nothing there.
Right. Like he was gonna leave anyway. He was going to Virginia for college.
Exactly. So it's like, and you got to visit. You don't think you're gonna be able to visit out here all the time? You're worried about the basketball team winning or losing. You're relying on this dude. Like, bro, get in the gym, get better. What you mean?
Take over the
Like,
team. Like what? What?
what are you doing? Like, make some friends. You got other friends? It was just Will. Like, what's really good? Like,
Maybe you can get a scholarship.
and in the later episode, the way Aunt Viv explained it is like, he's just hurt right now. But I think the way he went about it was real corny.
Oh yeah, like I didn't realize I didn't think he was gonna blow up like that at the game, like at the concert. Like I thought it would be like he would like internalize and hold on to it, but he was like, "You really not coming back?"
Right.
Like
He
what?
sounded like a girlfriend.
Yeah, like is y'all lovers? Like what is happening?
Like,
Like
what's really going on?
were you hoping to clap his cheeks? Like I'm sorry,
Yo, you went too far. Move on, please.
oh, was it an Ashley? No, I'm kidding. Oh,
I was drinking water, I almost spit it
don't choke, don't choke. Pause.
out. Cut, 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 cut. Yo, yo, yo. if for all y'all that listen, I do the Mavs Outsiders podcast with Bibbs. I have come on his podcast multiple times. This is not the first time Bibbs has ever said anything out of pocket. But this is the first time he's gone 3 in a row, back to back to back, out of pocket statements. Like it. Oh my god, bro.
Let's move forward. So Trey basically said he thinks it's unfair, but I'm with you. If my homie gets an opportunity to live in a mansion and promises to bring me back out there as often as possible, and I believe trust him, we both just came up.
Facts.
I can go back to Philly, be like, yo, I was in LA. I was at the D Smoke concert. I met D Smoke. Like this, it was crazy out there. Yeah, my boy Will gonna bring me out. Like that's another place I can go. Like if I'm in the summer, like, hey, let me come back for the summer. Let me spend a month out in LA with you. Maybe I can find something to get into. Like that's I knew like he couldn't do that before
Exactly. Was you ever going to see L.A., let alone Bel Air,
for free.
without? Say it again.
Free.
You ain't had to pay for nothing.
And stay in a mansion, not a cramped hotel.
You got to do more in one weekend than you have done in your entire life.
Facts.
And
you
you
mad.
I don't get it, man. Like, oh man, I
The
just
thing,
don't understand.
talking to my mom, the thing we said is, crabs in a bucket. Why
Crabs
do
in a
you get
barrel.
I mean, I put them in the pot wherever. crabs, because they put them in the pot live. You see them pulling the crabs down. It's people. It's not me, but there are people that see somebody getting out of the situation that they've been in together for so long, and they don't want that. They want them to stay down with them. You turning your back on Philly? No, I'm embracing an opportunity to better my life.
Facts.
I love Philly. I'm always going to rep Philly. But as Will said, I learned that there's more to the world, or I realized that there's more to the world than West Philly. I have this conversation with my family members, or you like when I talk to or about my family members, it's if you've never seen anything else, it's hard for you to think about anything else or dream or aspire to or have the ambition to do anything else. If you never leave your hometown area or whatever, you even here in South Carolina, this high school I went to was in a small town, like 30 minutes away from Columbia, the capital. There are people from that town that consider Columbia the big city.
Wow.
It is not a big city. If you've never been out of your surroundings, you don't know any better. And basically, Will got plucked out of West Philadelphia, dropped in LA, dropped in a mansion, has seen how these people live, has been to several events with big name people or people with status and money, and he sees and wants more for himself. Like, why is that a bad thing? Like, that's just a sick mindset.
The minute he drove that truck to work, I knew he wasn't going back to Philly.
You mean to school?
To school, yeah, work, please.
I don't think he's gonna be working no time soon.
No time soon.
Unless it's we got to learn some responsibility and get you this job that you can quit at any time and still be comfortable.
Facts.
They gave him a Lexus just for the hell of it. Like,
It's
yeah,
like, oh dang, Carlton left you. It's a Lexus laying around. It's a what laying around?
and you ain't got to pay no gas or maintenance on it. Like, here, just drive this for now.
Man, look.
I,
Go back to Philly. Let me tell you right now, if I got to go to Bel Air, I'll probably never see Baltimore again unless I'm looking at a map.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't even a Ravens fan, so yeah, you ain't really got no.
Nope, and I don't watch baseball, so.
Oh man, the aquarium is dope. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Yeah, please.
Well, let's yeah, it was rough, and I thought Trey was gonna change his tune when he was about to leave. Like you could tell, both of them were kind of thinking. And I don't know if he thought Will was gonna change his mind. But he gets in the truck and leaves. Trey doesn't want to be there no more because Will's not coming back. He can't have fun. He can't just enjoy being in LA for free. He gotta cut his trip short and go home. Get in the back of a car with a driver because you could have access to that. But nah, I want you to come back and dodge bullets with me. Fuck out of here.
I
And
don't understand,
the,
man. Like, it's no logic in that. There's no logic in that.
nah,
I almost said something, but I didn't want to be offensive to women. But I'm gonna say
yeah.
it. You were on your period, bro. Like,
Yeah. And you mentioned Aunt Viv talking to Will. Did she say something like Trey will come back around at some point?
yeah,
Do you expect that he'll come back around?
yeah. I
Like he'll
expect us
calm
to.
down at some point?
I don't know. Um, the thing with this generation is once it gets taken to social media, it's something deeper. And they was clowning dude on social media for. I couldn't read the comments,
Right.
but
I thought they were gonna let us see, but
yeah. I mean, you could kind of if you paused it. I'm pretty sure you could see some stuff,
okay.
but I ain't feel like doing all that. It's not that serious.
No.
Like I understand they clowning them. I get it. Um, will it happen by the end of the season? I think yes.
Interest by the end of the season, you think? Okay.
I think that one of them will reach out.
Like there'll at
Or
least be a phone call or something.
yeah,
Okay. Okay. We'll see. I think it's gonna come down to what happens in his life. Like if I don't know if he was a senior or not with Will, but if he doesn't have anything going on after he graduates, like he's just gonna, my boy left me like all the time. Um, Before we move, because you touched on something that's the beginning of episode 6, but the last thing that happens is Will tells his mom he's not coming back,
right.
and she was upset. She was on her way into work, and you could just see she was visibly upset. And but he tells his mom, and this goes back to the first episode, that he's ready to wear his crown,
Right.
because she tells him all the time, your crown is waiting for you whenever you're ready to wear it. So he tells her that, and basically she knows once he says that she has to accept his decision. She can't push back because this is what she told him to do, right? But again, you can still see how hurt she is. Like she might have went straight to the break room, like when she clocked in. How'd you feel about that scene?
Um, I didn't like the scene between her and Aunt Viv when Aunt Viv suggested that he should stay in Bel Air. It's like it's kind of the same thing with Trey. Like, what? Why wouldn't you want better for your child?
Right,
And the only reason I slightly understand it is because you don't want to be away from your son.
right,
Obviously, it's always been them two. I get that, but you were just telling him, like you said, it's more outside of Philly. He's discovered more outside of Philly, and he has a better opportunity now. I do like that she did not struggle with him when he came to her and said, "I want to stay."
right.
I like that she respected his decision on it. She saw that he really wanted to stay, and she accepted that, even though that's not what she wanted. I
Exactly.
appreciated that scene. I'm glad they didn't make it more difficult than it needed to be.
Yeah, and it was the night. It was night and day from Trey. Like she was hurt too. Like he was hurt, but he lashed out, and she understood where he was coming from. Like she sought to understand where he was coming from, and even though her house is gonna be empty, she wants to finish raising her boy. She expected to have a few more months with him before he went to college. She wants him to be a man, so she accepts it. And like you said, I thought that was good. I definitely didn't want it to be no drama there because I was worried about that with the conversation she had with Aunt Viv. That there might
Yeah,
be.
but then I realized, we found out later down the line that there was some things that happened between her and Aunt Viv, so maybe that's what that stemmed from.
Let's get into that next episode then, shall we? So first you mentioned Will getting roasted online. He feels some type of way about it. Um, I think Aunt Viv talked to him about that too, didn't she?
Yeah,
Um, it's not a big deal. He seemed to get over it pretty quick. But basically, his boys back home are not are calling him all kinds of stuff because he didn't come home, and I kind of get that too because like he was the leader of the team. They thought they were going to do something in the playoffs, and he's gone. And basically, the season they thought they were going to have is up. So it's whatever. these are teenagers. They're gonna be emotional. And instead of just being emotional, they're gonna try to act hard about it and be assholes. Uh, it is what it is. This was the episode with Lisa's mom's party, or not the
Yes.
fundraiser for Lisa's mom
Yes. Love this
foundation.
episode.
So Hillary gets called in for like the third time already as an emergency chef
Hey man, at
because
this point, I want to taste Hillary cooking. Like, I
I'm
mean,
not even gonna take that bait.
I would like
I'm not
to,
even gonna take that bait.
I would like to, I would like to
I got you.
taste.
You ain't gotta say it. It's understood.
But her cooking too. Yeah.
It's understood. Um, but yeah, like this is
Do it
the
really taste like cocoa? I'm sorry.
you know what?
I thought
Back
my
on
mic
track.
was muted.
Back on track. Uh, the caterer that these millionaires have booked, triple booked. She said, which my mom thought was hilarious. Like, who y'all hiring? It's triple booking
Exactly.
an event at the bank's house.
And
Like,
if you're that rich, I'm paying you to cancel them other bookings.
facts. Like, I don't care
What they
who.
paying you? Here's double.
Right. So now Hillary has to sub in, and she's stressed because Kylo, the guy she moved into the house with, has deadlines for when they need to put posts up. Um, they have to have something up every 24 hours, and he's talking about her being social media dead if she doesn't post something. So she's stressed about that, but she steps up for her family. She comes over and does the event. Um, in this episode, we learn about Lisa's stepmom for the first time.
Yeah, and we got to see that trick too.
Now we'll get deeper into that later, but I don't. Did we know she had a stepmom up to this point?
I think we did.
I think they mentioned it,
I
but I
think
don't
they
think we.
mentioned it one episode. That was it.
But we did not realize the full gravity of the situation.
We ain't know she was a white woman.
So there you go. um, yeah. So we'll get into that a lot later because
I don't
that's.
think we knew she was pregnant either, did we?
I think she might have mentioned something about a baby in a previous episode too.
Okay.
But I think, like I said, we didn't realize the gravity of the situation with that. Like it just was something we accepted because the mom passed away. He's got a new woman. She's pregnant. We just thought, oh, she just doesn't like this woman because she's new. No, there was extra extra layers to that onion. But yeah, we'll get into that. There was a scene early in the kitchen. I can't remember what sparked it, but Hillary was talking to Ashley about drama between. Was it drama between Aunt Viv and Aunt Vi?
Yes.
And Hillary starts to speculate about it, and you can see Phil get uncomfortable.
Right.
Is Phil Will's father?
Okay, I think yo you went kind of far, brother. Hold on, hold
Dog,
on,
I didn't like. Look,
hold on.
you might
I
have to
don't,
rewatch it. You might have to
I
rewatch it.
I don't know how you jumped to that conclusion.
I'll tie it together if you want.
Okay, give me what you got.
So as it's building up, if you listen to that scene, Hillary says, "I think it has something to do with Will." You can see Phil's face perks up, like what's she about to say? Like, does she know something? And in a previous episode, when Phil was thinking about sending Will back, and Viv says we owe it to him, and Phil kind of has to accept it. So tying those two things together, how he then interrupts them when she starts to get into the backstory. Like he interrupts their conversation. Like he doesn't want to hear whatever they're about to say about the relationship between Viv and Vi because it might have something. That sounds like it might have had something to do with you, Playboy. What did you do? The only other option is that Phil did something to Will's dad.
Or maybe
Like,
it's not. Maybe it doesn't involve Phil at all. Maybe he was
it got
just
to
being.
involve Phil.
Maybe he was just being a husband, and he's like, I don't think Ashley should know about that yet. I don't want them to get into that. Don't really
Into
need
what?
that. Whatever happened between
The
Vi
grown folk
and
business.
Vivian, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm not gonna lie. The Phil being Will's dad thing is a stretch.
Would it piss you off if that was the case?
Yes,
Okay.
because I know it doesn't have to be like the original, but I enjoy the dynamic of this is my uncle. He's a father figure, as opposed to this is my uncle who is really my dad. Like, I don't like that.
I,
That's dramatic for no reason.
that would
Like,
I think it would piss me off too.
that's giving teen drama.
That I
Like,
think it would piss me off too because, like you said, it changes everything,
yeah,
and I don't
because
think it's necessary.
now they're not cousins anymore. Now they're siblings. So like
Exactly.
everything has changed. His
I
aunt is now his
she's
stepmom.
hold up.
Yeah, his cousins
Yeah,
are his siblings.
yeah,
That's a bit much.
yeah.
That's a bit
It
much.
scared me. I'm gonna tell you that. Like, I didn't like because I was already thinking like, what could Phil have done that he would owe something to Will? And then that scene where he cuts them off when they're talking about whatever happened between the sisters. I was like, they better not be setting up something for like Phil have done something, even if he like slept with her, like not necessarily as Will's father, but had an affair with the sister. Like,
I mean,
I,
I know you can never think too deep into dramas because things are always at play, but I
mhm.
think you might be thinking too deep into the line like we owe it to him. Maybe it's just like,
There's
you
something
know,
there.
he's family. We owe it to help him at
No,
least or
there,
give him another chance.
it's definitely deeper than that. I
Or maybe
100%
the owe it
guarantee
to
it.
him thing is like, part to do with the situation between Vi and Vivian. Uncle Phil just isn't involved, but he knows about it.
Okay. I feel like Uncle Phil did something to Will's father, or like didn't help. Maybe he didn't help Will's father avoid prison, or something. I don't know. I don't know where Will's father is.
I'll throw this out there.
Okay.
Maybe it's a nod to the original series because I know Uncle Phil had issues with Will's dad. He didn't like him.
Right.
Maybe Will's dad was a bad influence. Maybe he was an issue being around Will and Vi,
Mm.
and Uncle Phil like paid him to leave.
I could definitely see a scenario where the reason Will's father left is because of something that Uncle Phil and Viv did.
Because we know Phil and Jeffrey will pay you before they off you.
Oh shit! Oh, I think you might be on. You might be onto it with that. You might be onto
Because
it with that.
now if they pay you and you take the money, you cool. But if you don't take the money, now we gotta wipe your nose.
You know what? I feel like I thank you because here's I wanted to bring this up specifically so we can have this conversation about it. When Will's father shows up, because you know it's going to happen.
Yes.
Maybe he shows up because his son is doing well in college, whatever the case
Mm-hmm.
might be. He's a big name star athlete or whatever, and he's probably going to tell him, or he's going to be like, "Why are you coming around now? You wasn't around in my life, blah blah blah." And the dad tells him, "Your Uncle Phil gave me XYZ to stay out your life. Like he paid me monthly, type of thing. But I don't need to do that now. See, you about to have your own money." Like, and then Will's like, "Uncle Phil did what?" Oh, that's gonna be good. I like that. I like that theory. Well, I'm running with it.
I actually like that too. Now that wouldn't piss me off. That's some drama I can get behind.
Exactly, and it makes sense for who these characters are,
100%.
especially if he was a piece of shit anyway. Like I can see him saying, "You're better. He's better off without you in his life." All right, now that we got that out the way. In this episode, Uncle Phil, after he cuts them off, he tells them that the Times Magazine pulled their endorsement of his campaign. So basically, we're seeing his campaign is kind of starting to fall apart. We
Right.
forgot to mention that Lisa's dad and like a state senator or something confronted him at the D Smoke concert
Oh
as
yeah.
well and told him to dial back his rhetoric about defunding the police and stuff. And he said no,
And he told them kiss my ass.
pretty much.
Yeah.
And so now in this episode, we learned that he lost his endorsement from the New York Times or
Right.
LA Times, I should say, probably. So we're seeing his campaign start to slowly fall apart. I think that's the only thing there to hit on. What else do we have? I want to end with Lisa's mom stuff.
Right.
Let's see. Okay,
Is this where
I was gonna
I
say
believe Michael
Carlton.
Ealy came to the party, right?
Yes, Michael Ealy definitely shows up at the party. You want to hit on that next?
I mean, there's not much to hit on. I just want to say, this dude's a demon. He's clearly he clearly has ulterior motives, and I'm so glad that Uncle Phil peeped immediately.
Mm.
Like, not even a question about it. He peeped when he walks past the room. When he walks past the room, the camera the camera shot lets you know Uncle Phil knows what's up
Mm-hmm.
because you see
The
Aunt
body.
Vivian and Reed Broderick, that's his character's name.
Mm-hmm.
You see Aunt Vivian and Reed, and in the back, you see Uncle Phil walking by in the doorway. Then the camera goes straight to Uncle Phil, just Uncle Phil. At that moment, I knew he knows what's up. He knows this light
Mm-hmm.
skinned brother means no good. Light skin with them green eyes is bad every time. Walk into the room,
Don't forget
and
the curly hair.
I love when Uncle Phil said, "You're a guest. Go be a guest." Like you pissing me off now.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
out the room, brother.
So first, Michael Ealy is in a place he ain't supposed to be. First of all, like why the
Facts.
fuck are you walking around my house?
Facts. Be a
So,
guest.
so he's in her art studio where she's been painting, and he's admiring her art. And they're having a conversation. The body language is off because he's trying to establish himself in her presence or whatever. And like you said, Uncle Phil peeped this immediately, stepped in, hugged and kissed his woman in front of Michael Ealy. Um, they had made a bet that if her painting went for, I think it was it 15,000 or over 15,000 at the auction, like he tells Michael Ealy or Reed Broderick tells Viv, put this painting in the auction. If it goes for more than 15,000, then come to my studio, come work in my studio. This happens before Uncle Phil shows up,
Right.
and then when Uncle Phil shows up, they only tell him the piece about how Reed wants her to put it in the auction. And Uncle Phil, wanting to be the supportive husband, says, "Yeah, you should put it in the auction." And as they leave, like you mentioned, he says, "I'll have someone bring it down." And Michael Ealy starts to mess with it. He's like, "Nah, leave it alone." Like you said, go be a guest. Uh, the painting is placed in the auction. I want to say Michael Ealy places a $15,000. He
Yeah.
like sets it at 15,000,
Yeah.
and then Uncle Phil, seeing that, goes above 15,000. Not realizing he just pushed his woman directly into Reed Broderick's arms.
Yeah. I mean, the intentions were good, but
Yeah, he played himself. Because I think they told him about the like I told her it would go for more than 15,000, but he didn't tell him that it was a bet that if it did, she had to come be at his studio.
right.
Like have her he had already given her a room and everything to showcase her art. So Uncle Phil again trying to support his woman, does it with the little wry grin, goes above 15,000. And again pushes his woman directly into Reed's arms. Now with that said, later in the episode, you want to we can save that for the end actually. I think you know where I'm about to go with Jeffrey.
Yeah.
We can save that for the end as well. All right, what else do we have to hit before we get on to this Angela stuff? Carlton overhears Lisa and Will talking after he told Will to leave her alone. Uh, that doesn't go well.
And he starts doing his sugar candy.
Will confronts him, or he comforts him, I should say,
Yeah.
because he's supposed to be helping Lisa do her speech
Right.
or poem or something.
And Will was giving her the cold shoulder for a while, but she
Yeah,
came to him, and
right.
you know,
That's why they were talking.
right.
So yeah, she was like, "What's going on? Like I thought we were cool. You've been weird." And Will pretty much tells her like, "Hey, Carlton told me to leave you alone. I don't want to leave you alone." And basically, they get closer because of this.
I don't think he outright told her what Carlton said. He didn't outright tell her. Carlton said, "Hey, leave you alone." I think he said something like, "I
Did he
didn't want
dance
to
around it?
bring." Yeah, he danced around it. He kind of said, I didn't want to bring on any unnecessary drama with Carlton or
There
something
it
like
is.
that.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said something along those lines. Cause I know Carlton heard that too.
right,
He didn't straight out say, "Hey, Carlton told me to stay away from you," but he did allude to Carlton being a factor in why he was having to stay away.
right, yeah,
Um, and that's why Carlton went off and did his stuff, if you will. But again, Will goes to him when he's not showing up to help Lisa, and finds him. And Carlton doesn't attack him; he starts crying, and
right.
Will holds him and comforts him. And like it for me, it felt like a turning point in their relationship.
Yeah, I think that was the turning point.
Like Carlton finally conceded, and Will's not being an asshole to him. Like he sees that the dude's going through some stuff.
Right.
And so I was happy for that scene and how it played out because I was worried that it was about to get crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was about to get. I thought Carlton was going to like crash the party or something.
Yeah, I
Like
just knew he was about to do something wild.
I knew he was about to do some whole shit.
um, and then as far as that goes, it ends with Will ending up helping Lisa instead.
Right.
And at the end of the episode, they're by the pool making out. Again, I wish Will would relax, but clearly he is not capable of doing that.
I mean, they already in too deep, and she is letting. She is not letting up. Like
Nah, she's
not in the
definitely pressing him.
slightest. It's pressing hard. Like she wants it.
We'll get to that later. Back to the stepmom. So again, Lisa's mother has passed away of lupus. They're doing this fundraiser for lupus awareness. And Angela is the stepmom. We've established that she is white. She's also very pregnant.
Very pregnant.
And while at the party, she accidentally talks about how she was at a golf tournament, I believe it was, with Lisa's father.
Mm-hmm.
And when she's talking about this, Viv over here, or Viv peeps game, peeps the date because the specific events are being disclosed. And then Viv says, "Wasn't that tournament in
2018.
was it 2018?"
Yeah. She
Basically, this
says,
was
and she said Lisa's mom passed in 2019.
yeah. So the woman pretty much confirms that while Lisa's mom was sick, her
She was
dad,
getting.
you know what? Lisa's dad was stepping out with this lady while her mom was dying.
And I kind of already had the assumption that Lisa's dad was a whole ass dude, but this confirmed it.
This was fucked up. Like
And I already didn't like Angela from the jump. Like soon as she came on screen,
you could
and
tell.
her stomach just magically started kicking when Lisa was talking about school. I'm like, yeah, I don't like this chick.
It became clear very immediately that she wanted spotlight and attention.
Yes.
And this is not the place for that. Again, this is Lisa's mom's fundraiser. And the pregnant stepmom, is trying to establish herself the entire episode.
Right.
Um, so now Viv hears this. Later, after Lisa and Will do their thing, they had a conversation earlier about Angela trying to speak, and Viv gave her the professional, the very nice. I don't think that's necessary. Blah 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 blah. But then later, Angela gets up to speak again. After at the event, she gets up and Viv says, "I thought we established that you didn't need to do that." And Angela says, "I talked to my husband, or I talked to. Are they married? Whatever."
She said his name. She said Fred.
Yeah,
That's his name.
yeah. She said Fred and I spoke, and he thought it would be fine. And
That's when Aunt Viv went off.
Viv became
Basic.
Aunt Viv.
Aunt Viv said, "Well, when Fred has his own, you can speak when Fred has his own damn party."
Right. Like, this is my event at my house. You're not. I said you weren't speaking. You're not speaking. And
So I don't know if you noticed this. I peeped it on Twitter. You know Aunt Viv's light skinned friend?
I was actually about to bring that up. I didn't see it on Twitter. I saw it live. I saw it in the show. I was like, because
I saw it on
I
Twitter.
rewound it to make sure I saw what I thought I saw.
I saw somebody in the reply say it on Twitter. I'm like, no way that happened. Let me go
She
back and
took
look. She
she took her
started taking the
earrings off.
earrings off. Soon as
She
they
was ready.
started arguing. Soon as they started arguing, the earrings came off. She a
Oh
ride or
man.
die for real, man.
Yeah, I was watching it. Keep in mind this woman is pregnant. Like y'all about to jump a pregnant woman. Like what are we
Hey, that's
doing?
2 on 2.
But I saw it and I asked my mom, I was like, was she taking her earrings off? And my mom was like, I didn't see nothing. So then I rewound it. I was like, she definitely taking her earrings off. Like she was ready. No hesitation. So that was hilarious. And it's those little touches that let you know who's behind the scenes of the show.
I wonder if that was ad libbed.
It might have been.
I think that was ad libbed.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Um, I might have to ask Matthew Cherry. We'll see. Let me see here. So it's at this point that Fred gets up to defend his wife, and I think they say they're going to go ahead and go. And it's at this point that we find out that Fred has entered the race against Phil.
Yes. Which is definitely going to complicate things. Well, we see it complicates
Definitely
things.
complicated some stuff. Um, how do you feel about that?
That just solidifies that Fred is a hoe. Um, yeah, he can't be trusted. They're supposed to be friends. Obviously, they never truly really touched on the friendship between Fred and Uncle Phil. If
Right.
they did, this probably would have hit harder.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand, like, clearly Fred is not a likable dude. Um, we're not meant to like him,
Right.
and they're successful because I don't fuck with dude.
It's weird because I feel like his energy's always been off. Like from the very first time we meet him, it's like he's looking for something to not like,
Right.
or like he doesn't like the Banks. He's just around them, and it feels like maybe Viv and Lisa's mom were very close, and the husbands just were friends because their wives were friends.
That's exactly what it was. I can I can tell that's
Yeah,
exactly what it
and the
was.
kids became friends. Like,
And it's like even when he first met Will in the bathroom, he was weird about it. Like,
yeah,
you Phil's nephew, right? It was just weird.
yeah,
Like, I don't
yeah.
know.
Wasn't he at the party too? In the first episode when Will first arrives?
He was, and
And
he
he
gave
gives
him a
Will a
weird look.
weird, yeah, he
Yeah,
gives him a weird look, like, what is this? And it just feels like he's been waiting for an excuse to knock Phil.
yeah.
So this all coming to a
There's
head.
probably some backstory there that we don't know about yet.
Yeah, this all coming to a head is again another angle of the drama, and again the show is well done because they make it realistic, they make it work. The black sheriff not getting along with the DA after he says he's gonna defund the police
Right.
makes sense. Or the guy who's running for DA, I should say. What else? There was one other line, two things I wanted to hit. First, Ashley's crush comes over for this event, and Ashley's about to make her move at after Hillary told her to do so. And Lucia says that she also has feelings for somebody, and Ashley asks her who, and Lucia says Will.
I think that's hilarious because that happens. Like, first of all, Lucia is way too young for Will. Like,
Right, right.
obviously,
That's never going to
that
be
will
a
never
thing.
happen. But Ashley is so young and she doesn't really understand that. She's still hurt by it.
Right,
Instead of saying, "You're too young for my cousin."
right,
Like, so I think that's hilariously cute.
right. And it isn't presented in a way of her being a threat
Right.
to Will at all. It's just innocent, a little girl being attracted to an older guy who's an athlete.
Exactly.
Um, but it's enough to hurt Ashley's feelings,
Yes.
and that's all it needs to do. And I appreciate that that's how that ended, rather than
Well,
us getting little girl kisses.
we don't know if that's the end of it.
I mean, it is for Lucia right now.
Is it?
I think so. They haven't said us word about it yet. I mean, I'm not
Well,
saying it's ending. I'm saying like the Lucia part, at least for now. It doesn't look like it's gonna end up with like them trying to have a whole relationship right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't even go back to Ashley this season. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I appreciate that they didn't force it to immediately work for her.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
it made more sense for her to have a tough transition to this
yeah.
lifestyle if that's where it's
Because
gonna
I
go.
mean, if Lucia just randomly, oh, I have a crush on you too, Ashley, that seems too convenient.
Exactly.
Because while people being gay is normal,
Hmm.
it ain't that damn normal.
Exactly.
Like that's extremely convenient. So yeah,
And Lucia having a crush, like we said, on an older guy makes a lot of sense for her age group too.
absolutely.
We've established, or we haven't established, but we're supposed to know that Ashley's like really, really smart, and like her maturity, her tastes might be a little advanced for her age,
Yeah,
which and maybe Lucia's is not. Hers is a very regular little girl. So again, I appreciate that that's how that went. I didn't want it to be like they were in love all of a sudden. So that worked for me. Jeffrey, this is what it was. Will makes a joke about Jeffrey being 007.
okay, he did say that. Yes.
So obviously he knows something went down, but he's like, yeah, Jeffrey's 007 covert
I don't think he
ops.
knows for sure, but you can tell when he got that phone call from Trey, he was immediately like, "Wait
Damn.
a minute, I just nah, hold up, but he just all right."
All right. So last two things for episode 6 before we get moved to 7. Uh, Uncle Phil talks to Jeffrey and says that he found out that Fred had entered the race because like Jeffrey was letting him know. That's what Jeffrey had let him know. That's what had him a little bit rattled.
Uh huh.
And then he says, "I need you to watch this Reed guy too."
And Jeffrey says,
Already on
"Man, look, man,
it.
look. Jeffrey is stone cold, bruh. How you already on it, Jeffrey? How? How?
You thought he missed something?
How? We just the guy just showed his face at the party. Oh my god.
I mean, like there's cameras all over that house. He saw how Michael Ealy was posted up in that
Nah, he
room.
probably as soon as he seen the light skinned brother with green eyes, he was like, "Yeah." He said, "I'm gonna keep my eye on him."
I would trust him around no woman. He could have been after Hillary. It would have been a problem. Um, I'm still researching. What else we got? Oh, last thing. At the end, we talked about how Hillary was stressing about getting a video out. At the end,
Mm-hmm.
we see her dressing kind of racy, recording her cooking video. And at this point, I was scared.
And her Savage X Fenty.
That's what it looked like.
Why scared? Why?
I didn't want them to go that way with her. Like I didn't want her to become that. And then I wondered, like, if this gets out, like, is it going to affect Phil's campaign?
Well, I think they handled it well in the next episode.
Shall we move to the next episode?
We shall.
So, do you want to start with that? We can. It's
Yeah,
early
we
on.
can. Seamless. Yeah, seamless
So
transition.
Kylo, that's the white guy from the party who runs the house that Hillary's living in, the influencer house that Hillary's living in. Hillary apparently did not upload this video after she recorded it, but Kylo did, and it's doing numbers.
Of course it is.
I will watch the video.
I'd have played it like 50 times.
I would have learned how to cook whatever she was cooking.
I would not have been worried about cooking. Never mind.
You got to pretend at least. You know what I mean?
No,
That's
I
what I was
don't.
doing.
If it's just me in the room.
No comment. We going down a road. So so the video's doing numbers, but Hillary is upset because she didn't ask him to do this, and she wasn't sure she wanted to post it. The sex positivity chick is like, yeah, girl, body positivity. Yeah, don't slut shame. And she was like, Kylo has his ways and it works. I personally had some issues with it as well with the first time, and then Oprah called me about a book deal, and then I changed my mind.
I thought that was corny. I'm not gonna lie.
You thought the Oprah book deal was corny?
I thought that was forced.
Too easy.
Like too
It's too
easy,
easy.
bro.
Right.
And like Oprah of all people, like you could have went
Yeah,
with
it could have
something.
been. It could have been different. Like they didn't have to
Yeah,
make it Oprah. It
it
could have
could
been
have been
somebody
something more
else.
subtle.
Yeah.
Like he said, I had a problem too until Oprah called about a book deal. Like really, bro,
Yeah.
Oprah, Oprah calling somebody who is has some influence on social media for a book deal.
Yeah, that's not
Come
how
on,
Oprah operates. Now, if you said Will Smith wanted to collaborate, that makes sense. But I've seen Will Smith collaborate with a lot of people.
that would have felt forced too because it's Bel
I
Air.
know, I know, I know. I'm saying that like if you had picked somebody that's known for doing things like that, that would have made
Right.
sense. Or like if Ellen brought you on her show or something. I don't know. Um, what was I gonna say? So we know that the house has cameras all over it, right? Kylo apparently got the different angles that were not the angles that Hillary had filmed herself from. Now, keep in mind, you wearing a skimpy outfit, right? She set her camera up a certain way to display herself in a certain way that she already clearly wasn't that comfortable with. He getting above shots, like down onto her chest. Come on, man. That's kind of creepy.
$20 to whoever got that footage. I'm just playing. That's extremely creepy. Like that's creepier than Batman not taking the binoculars off when Catwoman was changing.
Yeah.
Like that's yeah. I don't like this Kylo dude, even though he did kind of have a point with. It's tough. It's tough.
Do we want to just hit this whole topic right now?
Yeah, let's just knock this out.
So Jazz comes around and Hillary's talking to Jazz about this, and they decide to confront Kylo.
After
Should we?
Jazz was about the GTD,
What's GT? No, I was kidding.
got the draws.
No, but yeah, they did kiss. So there's a lot of stuff we had to skip to get to that.
Yeah,
They had kissed at an event that was going on at the house that we'll get into later. And then she gets the notification that Kylo is actually paying her attention because he's been ignoring her all day since she's been complaining about this video being up. And he's at a fancy party in LA. And Jazz does apparently he was real quick to accept leaving at that moment, which
yeah.
I don't know. A player like me,
I mean, what was he going to do? She
you're
already
right.
said she was trying to
She
leave.
was fired up.
You don't want to push the issue, brother.
She was fired up. So yeah, you're right. So he decides to go with her to this party to confront Kylo, which is hilarious because he's tiny. Um,
Hey, short kings unite, brother.
like he already shorter than Hillary. Hillary is shorter than Kylo. Like Kylo looked like he played in the NBA or some shit. But but he rolls up on him. They roll up on him. She confronts him. I didn't ask you to do this. He's halfway. I don't even want to say apologetic. He's fake apologetic. And then he tells her, some people from Victoria's Secret said they want to talk to you, but we ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to talk to Vicky Secrets. And Jazz is like, man, nah, just take the video down. And then Hillary's like, oh, hold on, I ain't got a little time. How do you
I'm
feel about that?
I'm 50-50 with this
Okay.
because obviously Hillary is 100% right. I did not want this up. You filmed extra angles of me.
Mm-hmm.
This wasn't supposed to look the way it did. Kylo
Mm-hmm.
was 100% wrong for that. But you did film it. Obviously, you weren't sure if you wanted it up. But like even the lady, I think she was going too hard about it as far as black women are sexualized enough, and that's true. But
Mm-hmm.
in the era we're in, women overall are like, oh, I love a black woman being open about her sexuality,
Mm-hmm.
embracing her sexuality. And I'm like, and then when that happened, I'm like, boom, there it is. Like, that's in real life, I feel like that's the reaction she would get.
Yeah, and there are two sides to it. Like, of course, there are going to be a contingent of people, the churchy people or what have you, that say you you shouldn't put your body on the internet, et cetera, so forth. Like, oh, too many of these girls are doing it. But then there's also the strong black woman group that are going to say, yes, if they exploit us this way, we have to take ownership of the way we display ourselves. Like in again, the sex positivity, the body positivity, all that good stuff. Some people are going to be on her side, and she didn't do it in a necessarily distasteful way herself.
Right.
Kylo kind of distasted up a little bit.
Now, my only thing is her accepting this because of the deal. If
Okay.
you were, because I still don't believe she's okay with the video, but she's like, dang, I'm getting a deal from it. All right, cool.
Yeah.
If this was a thing where it's like she came around like, you know what? You're right. I should embrace this. Then gets a deal from it, I would be like, okay, that's character growth. This is an issue because now she's selling out.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Same thing. Now I understood her. You know, you get an opportunity to talk to a brand like Victoria's Secret, you gonna take the conversation at a bare minimum. Um, this is something that I personally have thought about with with us and the Mavs Outsiders. Like, if an opportunity came along, I'm not gonna push it away.
Absolutely.
Like, we don't want to. Obviously, we I think we're on the same page. Not necessarily wanting to sell out, not wanting to be these other people that bend over for the organization or whatever. But if an opportunity to talk to a certain person came along, we're not going to turn it down. We're going to do it our way, but we're not going to turn down the conversation. So that part I
Absolutely.
understood. So then when they offer her the 15K per post, and she not only agrees to it, but agrees to it on their terms. Like, she says, I'll do this for a while and then I can do it my way after that. That lets you know she's selling out.
Right.
And this is after she had the conversation with whatever the magazine in the earlier episodes where she turned down their offer because she didn't want to change who she was. So it's like, what's the difference between that and now? Like, why is it different now? Why are you now willing to compromise yourself that quickly? That part I did have a little bit of a problem with, and Jazz had a problem with it because he ends that night abruptly.
Rightfully so. And she kind of was being a dick to him too. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So that was tough. Hillary had been my favorite character probably up to this point, so now I'm kind of concerned for her.
Yeah. I hope they. I mean, obviously characters have to go through bumps. So depending on how this part of her character is handled, she'll probably still be my favorite character moving forward. I just hope they don't ruin the integrity of this character too much.
Yeah, that's my concern because, and at the same time, I hope they don't fix it too quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to play out for a while.
Like, if she's going down this road, let her go down this road for a little while.
Yeah,
And I did appreciate that Jazz stood his ground on this. Like, yeah, he messes with her, he likes her, they're cool, but he liked her because he thought she was strong and real. And now she's been bought just like that, and he's seeing her in a little bit of a different light.
Jazz continuing to be the wisdom friend on this show is crazy.
But we know he's got integrity, he's got morals, and he's not willing to compromise. So that further establishes that in his character as well. So I like
Absolutely.
that. Anything else we need to hit on that?
No, I'm glad we knocked that out the way.
All right. Next thing is, let's talk about Will and Lisa. Beginning of the episode, both of them get the talk. Uncle Phil has a little bit of a different approach than Lisa's dad, but basically both parents ask their kid, "Are you talking to XYZ?" Lisa's dad is trying to get info about who Will is and why he's there because he obviously wants to use it in the campaign.
Yes.
Phil is telling Will, "I am fine with y'all being in a relationship, fine with y'all being cool, but be careful about how far you trust her because of who her dad is."
Yes. Basically, make sure you don't tell her why you're here.
Yeah. And how do you feel about those conversations?
I like the parallels, like the back and forth of Uncle Phil's approach to Lisa's dad's approach. Lisa's dad felt more manipulative.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Phil's obviously felt more like, I'm just looking out for your best interests.
Right. It didn't feel like he was being about making it about him,
Right.
even though he kind of is. But he didn't come off that way. Like, he put it as, be careful with how much of yourself you give someone early on. Like, I know y'all have feelings for each other, but be patient, be careful with how much of yourself you give. So these two are sneaking around. Carlton doesn't know about them. Nobody knows about them. Um, Later in the episode, it does come up. They are opening up to each other, and Lisa asks him why is he in Philly, and Will goes with the story that he and Uncle Phil created about the better education. How'd you feel about that
Yes.
moment?
I'm glad Will didn't fold because I definitely thought he was about to fold. Um,
I did too.
I think Lisa is an idiot because dude was clearly lying. Um, like it wasn't even he wasn't even subtle about lying. Dude was stumbling over his words and
Right.
everything.
You
Like
had to think about it, my G.
I pray to God Will is not a cheater because he's gonna be dragging on her because she's gonna believe everything. Um, but aside from all of that, um, yeah, I'm glad Will didn't fold because I definitely thought that's the way that was about to go. But I do think Lisa is gonna find out, and I think it's not gonna be Will she finds out from.
I agree. And I agree on every point actually. I get that I'm glad that he didn't fold. He didn't do a great job of not folding, but he didn't. He said what he had to say. She accepted it with no hesitation somehow. Um, I'm scared of how it's going to get to her,
Yeah,
and I'm scared of what the consequences will be. And I'm wondering how quickly we get our turnaround from that.
I'm not gonna lie. The show is setting up to piss me off because if this is going the route of the typical Will, why did you lie to me? Oh
Mm-hmm.
my God, I'm gonna be so annoyed. Like, it's gonna be a chore to get through episodes if that lasts too long.
Yeah. So if it derails their relationship, you would be pissed.
Yes,
Okay.
because I hate that trope so much.
Especially it depends on how she finds out as well,
Yeah,
and like if she's aware of what the other ramifications are. I feel like if they do go that way, she will probably say something along the lines of, "Did you think I would tell my dad?" And knowing what it would do to you and your Uncle Phil, that's the only way that they make that work. That she's mad because she lied, not just because he lied to her, but because he lied to her because he was afraid that she would tell her dad, and like she wasn't aware of how it would affect the campaign. Like she would tell, like she wouldn't know better than to tell her dad.
I'm gonna be really impressed if this show just goes with. I'm okay with that, and I understand, and it just backfires in Carlton's face.
Oh, so you think
Sorry,
Carlton's gonna tell?
yeah.
Okay,
I mean, he's still bitch made at heart. So,
should we get to that part of it? We might as
yeah,
well.
because I feel like there's still some
That's the
stuff to
end of the
touch on in
episode.
this episode.
You want to hit on the other stuff first?
Let's get to that, and we could hit on the other stuff for last because that's still a big part of this episode. So,
That's a huge part of this episode. So,
I'm talking about the other stuff, the Aunt
but
Viv and
okay, okay. You want to hit the whole Will Lisa situation, right?
yeah, yeah.
All right. So after this, Will's like, "Let's get back to the party," and Lisa was like, "The party right here." Like she goes and gets on
Well,
the
we didn't even
bed.
we didn't talk about why this party is even happening, and I think that's a big part of this episode.
Oh yeah, let's go back. Carlton injures Connor at practice.
Finally realized Connor is a racist piece of shit.
I forget what Carlton had said before this. I mean, what uh, Connor had said before the injury. What is happening?
Uh, it was Instagram on my phone.
I forget.
Some girl's birthday video. I don't know.
Okay, okay. What did Connor
Connor
say before Carlton
he
injured him?
had Connor had said, I guess lacrosse is the one sport they still can't take from us, and
Okay,
Carlton overheard him.
I couldn't remember if he said that before or not. Oh,
Now,
that's what
it was
happened. Yeah,
before
yeah,
he
yeah.
injured him,
Carlton was
and that's
playing
what
like
made
cheeks,
yeah,
and the coach put him on the second unit,
yeah.
and then Carlton overheard that and fucked his wrist up, and then walked off immediately. Like I don't even care. So Carlton injured Connor. which Connor is the guy. Like Carlton pretended to be a guy, but Connor is really the guy,
Yeah.
right? So he and Will talk later. Carlton acknowledges what's going on between him and Connor. He tells him he did it on purpose. And Will or Carlton is being what happened to him? They took his stuff and put it in the showers, right?
Yeah, they kind of treating him like shit.
Yeah. So Will tells him we're gonna throw a party. Or
Well, he
Will
also says it's kind of like how I was being treated when I first got here, and Carlton like apologizes.
yeah, Carlton acknowledges that he was an asshole to Will. So now we're seeing the buddy Will and Carlton. Like they're not necessarily the same, but they're working together, which excites me because that's the relationship they had on the original show.
Yeah, that's what I want to see, honestly.
So this is good. This is progress from the previous episode where he was consoling them. They decided to throw a party. Will gets the basketball team and the cheerleaders. Carlton gets the debate team and the chess club, or as Will calls them, the virgins. And basically, he knows he can't get the rest of the people to come because Connor has those people. They're Connor's people, not his people, right? Um, at the party, Ashley shows up. She's talking to Will, and Will says, I kind of got a little setup situation going on. It's a chick named Aisha. Carlton has a conversation with Aisha at the party. Shall we go into that?
This was hilarious.
Did you think it was?
This was hilarious because he said, "Go on, tell me, I can take it," and proceeded not to be able to take it.
Like, if he no hesitation, he didn't even pretend to be able to take
Like he didn't even say on the inside, like, "That's okay, I understand," and then at least walk off upset. Nah, he basically said, "Enjoy the party, Aisha, bitch." Like, yo, like, bro. Oh no.
Let's take it back to how this began. So I forget what Carlton did or showed her.
He was showing her like videos or something, and she was like, "You're much cooler than
your reputation."
Your reputation, yeah. And he asked, "What's my reputation?" And in short, like, so we don't gotta get into it. They basically said, "Dude's a coon."
Yeah.
And he is. Or was.
Exactly. That's the part that kind of annoyed me because it's like, you should be aware of this.
I'm upset that he was so naive. He dwindled it down to, oh, because I don't do what normal black people do. I'm not black. No, because you hang with these racist white boys who go around using the N-word and you dance with them, shucking and jiving. That's what makes you not black.
And I'm gonna this storyline, this part of the storyline, hit home in some ways. Now, I was not Carlton ever in my life. But I was the only black kid in a lot of my classes. And I would hear the "he's not one of us" types talk.
Like from Lion King 2, Simba's Pride?
Something like that. Like, I remember there was, like, just an example. We were going to an assembly, and there were two black girls talking. And they were like, "Oh, it's only like 4 or 5 black people that showing up at this assembly so far." And then somebody was like, "What about him?" And she was like, "He doesn't count."
Oh, dang.
I didn't know who this chick was. I'll keep it honest.
Oh, dang.
But like, it was that type of scenario. I had one time another girl said, "Why are you being a disgrace to the black race?"
Oh, she thinks she got bars.
This was the one class. It was like a computer class or something. She was the only other black person in the class besides me. But like, I had my friend group, 2 of whom are still my friends to this day. One of them like lives right next to me, but like, we were in the front of the class, like, laughing and joking, and somehow that was me being a disgrace to the black race. This is, again, her not knowing me. Like, in this situation, the girl didn't really know Carlton. All she knew was his reputation. And people make assumptions about you based on who you're around, what you do. Now, if Carlton was me, he would have had some solid explanations or defenses to dispel whatever those accusations were. The problem for Carlton was it was true.
Facts.
So in my case, it was not true. I was the exact opposite. I was Malcolm X in the classroom. Like, Fuck them people. I had a small group of people I associated with because they were not those type of people. But if all you see is me around them people, you're gonna have those assumptions. I can choose not to care. I can dispel them when the opportunities arise. But in Carlton's case, again, it was true. There wasn't shit he could say. Connor was a racist, and that was his best friend.
and is a racist.
Right. So him being upset and walking off, I mean, what the fuck was he supposed to say besides,
Exactly.
damn, like he was exposed is what it was.
He right.
His skirt got pulled up, and it wasn't shit he could say. So he just leaves Aisha upset that he's been called a coon to his face, even though he said he could take it. And then he's looking for Will, right? Can we get back to the Will thing?
Yeah, we can.
So he's looking for Will after this. Um, actually, let's go to this. Lisa explains the token black situation to Will of how hard it is to navigate because Will's upset when he finds out how that Carlton's not enjoying himself anymore.
Right.
And Lisa explains to Will that you have two options. You can isolate yourself or try to fit in with what's available to you. I can again say that I isolated myself in high school after a certain point. Like there was like a small group of people I associated with in the classroom. I did not hang out with those people outside of class. The basketball team was the only time I did anything outside of regular classes. And then when I was home, like I had a completely different group of friends. I did not go to any parties. I stayed to myself because I didn't fuck with those people. And I knew that if some shit went down as the only black person around, my life would be ruined, not theirs. I knew these things. Carlton does not know these things. He went all in. And that's what Lisa's explaining to Will is that he didn't want to be he didn't want to be by himself. He struggled. She says, it's hard to find your people in a place like this, in a situation like this. And she's trying to explain that to Will. I don't know how much he really understood, but I like that they had that conversation.
Right.
Now I don't know who her friends. She has just the one Asian chick who doesn't
I
talk.
think so. Yeah, she's a mute.
That's the only person I've seen her hanging out with. So clearly, she's probably gone more the isolation route. But again, as a person who lived that experience, it was nice to see that in the show. That talked about, I should say. What else? So later in the episode, we alluded to it. We didn't really go to it. Will and Lisa get it in.
He got the draws.
Now, is it your understanding at this point that Lisa was a virgin before this?
No.
You don't think so? Do you think Carlton got in there?
I think he did. I mean,
we're gonna find out, I believe.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Because if Carlton's upset mainly because you let him smash and I ain't smashed, then that's adding a different layer to it.
Yes, it is.
Because then it's like, Lisa, you are shiesty. Like, I ain't even looking at Will like that. I'm looking at Lisa like, I don't know if I'm feeling you.
Because would Will even know? Will wouldn't know unless you told him.
Exactly.
Like, he knows that they were together at some point, but he don't know. I mean, he might have made an assumption.
I don't think she was a virgin, though.
Okay. You think they would have made a bigger deal out of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think we would have known prior.
All right. So whether or not she was with Carlton, we'll probably get confirmation. But they got it in. While they were getting it in, Connor was pissed because Connor showed up at the party. He wasn't invited. Connor showed up. All the boys showed up on the lacrosse team. Suddenly, there's some other ethnic people on the team. I ain't seen them before.
Never seen them.
But they were there. John, I believe, was the Asian guy.
The most generic name ever.
Yeah. But that's normal, actually, for Asian families. Try to give their
very much
child a very basic white sounding name. No shade. It's a strategy minority families use. I
Yep.
personally, I enjoyed it. My name is Michael Bibbins. Doesn't sound ethnic at all. Throw that on the resume. They call, hear a black voice, get confused, but they already called, so I already got the interview. It's all good. So I'm sorry that went on a tangent. It shouldn't have gone on. But Carlton calls him a racist to his face.
Pretty much.
Tells him we not taking this shit no more.
No, we're not gonna take it.
And Connor says, "Well, fuck you then.
Facts.
Let's
He
ride."
chose. Connor chose to be a goddamn racist than to apologize to a room full of people. Connor is a hoe, but Connor, I respect you for sticking to your guns. He said, "God damn it, I'm a racist, and that's what I'm gonna be.
I am
I've
what
been a
I
racist
am.
all my life. You ain't about to change me."
Who do you think you are, Nick? I mean, you thought you was MLK, nigga. Please. That's
Oh
what Connor
man,
said in not so many
basically.
words. And then he said, "The rest of y'all dumb minorities come with me." And John said, "No, we're done." So Carlton won the battle. And then Aisha gives Carlton his props.
I just knew Connor was about to call John a Asian stereotype racial name or something, bro.
He took it a lot better initially than I expected, but we know he's more of the doing it in the shadows type anyway,
Yeah.
after what he did to Will. So Connor leaves without the squad that Carlton has now taken over because they accepted the boy is racist and they don't need to accept his bullshit no more. Um, but then Connor sends a text later, says, "I'm going to send some other friends your way." For some reason, I didn't understand what that meant.
I knew exactly what that meant.
Okay. And those friends were the police.
The boys, 5-0.
And they roll up to the crib. Now, we have not told you this, but Phil, Vivian are out of town. We'll get into that later. That's more of an important topic for me. To me, I should say. So that only people at the house is what? Carlton and Hillary, right?
Yeah, and obviously Will is there.
Yeah,
Jeffrey is gone. He took Ashley somewhere. Just a reason to write Jeffrey out of the house.
exactly. Because if Jeffrey Jeffrey would have handled whatever.
He would have taken out every single police officer in like, in
They
like
would have disappeared.
seconds.
They would have disappeared. They would just been some missing cops.
These are not the teenagers you're looking for. Some Jedi mind trick.
The cops would have been out of there. So Jeffrey had to be off campus with Ashley. And so when the cops roll up, they're asking who's the person who owns the house. Carlton steps up. They ain't trying to hear it. They got Carlton hemmed up. At some point, when Will goes to get Lisa the rag, he sees the lights
Hey
flashing.
yo. Hey yo. Okay. Okay.
Right, there was no retrieving of a rag, but on screen anyway. Uh, as they are in the basking in the glow, the afterglow of what they've done, they notice the lights flashing, and they got to get dressed real quick and go downstairs. Will's about to go by himself, but Lisa says, "My dad being the sheriff, I can handle this. I can get this taken care of." Will knows that that's going to be bad, but they need to get out of a bad situation. Will didn't even put all his clothes on. That's the first thing. Like, he could at least pretend it. He came out there in a t-shirt. Lisa at least put all her clothes on, but her hair wasn't
Facts.
as tight as it was when she. You know what? Carlton was about to go up there knowing what was going down.
And like I kinda thought he was gonna walk in while they were doing the thing, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gonna do such a line. Like, and when he went up the steps, I'm glad he was smart enough to realize I know what's going on up there.
But he
Like,
still kept going.
he was about to keep going, and he was like, I hope this ain't what I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like I, I've been in a situation like that before.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I'm gonna knock on this door,
No.
even though I know what I just heard. Story for a different time. But
Oh snap.
Carlton, I don't even know what gave Carlton the impression. Like they showed something. Did he see like a light or a
He
door or
couldn't
something?
find them.
Right. And he was like,
And
upstairs is the only place I have not checked.
but he started walking and then he paused, like, oh, they probably he
Yeah.
had a thought, but then he gathered himself and kept going, like, I'm prepared to see what I'm about to see.
But the minute they came downstairs together, that was it.
Mhm.
If Will had had all his clothes on,
Might have got away with it.
but nah, he just blew a black back out. So
He didn't know where he threw his shirt when it started going down. So he grabbed the t-shirt. He came downstairs. Lisa resolved the situation with her dad by using her dad, I should say. So the cops are going to leave. They allow Carlton off the wall because they weren't hearing him when he was saying it was his house initially. Oh yeah, we Hillary had left too. I forgot about that. She had
yeah,
left with Jazz at this point.
yeah.
So it's just Carlton as far as like family people that are at the house besides Will. And the last thing we see of that is Carlton looking at Will, looking at Lisa, and knowing his cousin is has fully taken his girl. Like it ain't just friendly now.
And
It's gone beyond.
and Lisa made it known we need to let him know, and they did not get the chance to let him know before he found out.
He found out that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Will had told him told her previously it's not the right time. He's going through some things. And the whole reason for this party was they were trying to get Colton back on track, trying to
Yep.
get his confidence up. And I mean, they helped as far as getting him his people. The Aisha thing hopefully becomes a thing. Maybe he puts his energy there. Doubtful, but
A part of me feels like I'm not sure how he's gonna react to this.
I'm scared.
Like I don't know if he's gonna be punk ass Carlton that he's been all season, or if it's gonna be like a I'm really hurt, but you guys could have told, because his facial expression seemed more hurt than pissed off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like he's already embarrassed because he's been hemmed up at his house at this party.
yeah. He realized no matter the amount of money you got, you still black.
Shout out to Ryan Coogler.
Facts.
Um, so he's already going through
Well,
that.
Ryan Coogler was wilding, but you know what? Not mine.
How was he wild? We'll get it. That's a topic.
He wasn't wilding, but the lady was wilding too. That called the goddamn people on him, but
When I listened to the 911 call, that was all the confirmation I needed.
I didn't hear that.
The dispatcher even was like, "So you didn't even try to verify his information?" Like she literally said that.
Oh wow.
Because the lady's like, he gave me his ID, but I didn't really look at it. He put his debit card in and his PIN number,
Oh nah, she
but
wilding
like I
then.
was uncomfortable.
The way people described it, they said he just came in, wrote on a piece of
No.
paper. Yeah, okay. All right, that's different.
And it was a deposit slip. Now he wrote in a section that says, like, when you look at the picture of the note, at the top corner it says, "Do not write in this area." But people that like a lot of people that were like bank tellers or whatever, they explain like they were like, "I've seen this a million times. People do that all the time. Like people just fill it out wrong. They don't pay attention. Like that's not abnormal." And she was like, he just kept telling me, like, anytime I asked him for more details, he just told me to read the note. And now when you look at the note, it says, I would like to withdraw $12,000 from my bank account. Please, I would like this to be discreet. That's what the note said.
Yeah,
And so
she was wild, and she was black too. Oh man.
she didn't read the note. She didn't think, why would a bank robber put their debit card and PIN number in? She didn't think I should look at this ID that I've asked for and he's given to me. She had his account information in front of her to see how much money he had in the account, to verify with the name she had on the identification he handed her. And she used none of that information before deciding she needed to call police or
Yeah,
go to the back and say, I think we're being robbed.
she's an idiot.
And the lady on the phone was like, so you didn't verify any of his information? Like, it was a black lady too on the dispatcher. She's like, so you didn't verify any of his information? She was like, I just was just uncomfortable. And the lady was like, he probably was just trying to be discreet, but okay, cops are en route. Like that's literally what she said and how she sounded. And did you see the video of him explaining himself?
When he got arrested.
Yeah, like when he was
Yeah,
outside,
yeah, I saw that.
he talked about like he went to CVS. He came out after getting, I think he got a COVID test. Um, and he came out and he said somebody was on the ground smoked outside the CVS.
Oh no, I didn't. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see
So he was telling the cop, like, just the other day I went to get a COVID test. I came out CVS and there was somebody smoked, like outside of CVS. He said, I'm not trying to go into a bank and say out loud, give me $12,000 cash so I can be on the curb. He was like, you understand what I'm saying? That's my perspective. And he was like, she never told me that there was a problem. She never gave me any indication that there was a problem. People keep coming out telling me they're gonna get you straight. It's just taking a second. They're gonna get they're working on it. They're gonna get back with you. So he's standing at the counter like, dang, they just slow in here. And the next thing he said, the next thing I hear, I hear Glocks getting pulled out of holsters. He had no reason to think the cops were there for him. And I mean, he handled it as best he could. They were like, come with us. He was like, you got it. And put his hands behind his back, let him walk him out. The lady even, I don't know if you saw the video where the lady was like, good job
that.
to the
Yeah,
officers.
yeah,
Just a bad situation all the way
bad.
around. It
Yeah,
could have been prevented. It
one
could have gotten
hundred
worse.
percent avoidable.
Now, even with the Carlton situation, they didn't take it that far, of course. But like we saw Carlton say, "This is my house," and then later when Lisa and Will are coming down, the cops are still asking whose residence is this
Right.
because they weren't trying to hear nothing Carlton had to say.
Like, boy, you too dark for this to be your house.
That's funny, kid. Where's the real owners? But they get that situation resolved, and we see how Carlton's looking. It felt like Will and Carlton were in a good place. I'm scared of where this is taking us.
Yeah, it seems like we took a step forward and 5 steps back, but we'll see.
Okay. What else we got? We got Vivian and Phil. Do we need to talk about that?
Yeah, briefly.
All right. Quickly, Vivian tells Phil last minute that she's going to San Diego for an art thing. And she tells him this because, or she does it this way because she finds out that Phil is taking money out of their account to pay for his campaign since he's losing donors. And he wanted to pretend that he was asking her for permission, but his campaign manager let it be known he's already spent this money.
Facts.
So she's like, since you don't want to tell me what you're doing, I'm going to San Diego. And now you have to accept that I'm not telling you what I'm doing. She goes down. Michael Ealy is there. Very close, very comfortable. And then Uncle Phil shows up.
Hit him with the pop up after Jeffrey gave him the information on dude.
He gave him a whole binder full of women, as they said back in the day. Michael Ealy has a reputation.
Okay.
You don't remember the binders full of women?
Yes.
Was that Mitt Romney? Yeah,
I
he was
think
talking.
so.
They were talking about how he didn't hire women. He said, "I got binders full of women." It's like, I don't think that came off how you wanted it to. but but he gave him the binder, showed him, this is his track record, and Uncle Phil says, "Yeah, let me slide down to San Diego." I personally thought it was very weak. What did you? How did you feel?
That Uncle Phil did that?
Yeah,
I don't. I'd have done the same thing.
really?
Yes.
You popping up on your girl in San Diego?
Absolutely. If I find out what I found out about that dude, I'm popping up.
You don't trust her?
I trust her. I don't trust him.
And that's what Jeffrey said is that, I know you trust her, et cetera, and so forth, but you can't trust him.
Yeah.
And maybe there's something to it. Maybe he's Bill Cosby.
Exactly. I'm there to protect her. That's my wife.
I felt he came off very heavy-handed.
I think he should have played it discreet. He
Right.
shouldn't have straight out said, "Oh, what about these other?" No, you shouldn't have done that
Yeah, that was too
because
much.
yeah, that's doing too much. I don't agree with that, but I 100% would have went down there.
Okay, I can get on board with the pop up, but I do also agree he went too far bringing up the past relationships that Michael Ealy had with upcoming artists.
Yeah, and if you were gonna do that, do it in private. Like, don't even do it in front of her.
Yeah, and they were like at the event and stuff, like in the middle. Like, anybody could have heard this conversation. Um, Vivian gets mad at him at this point for doing this, and goes to talk to Michael Ealy anyway. Um, she does eventually leave with Phil, and they have a conversation about their relationship and how she gave up her art. And she and I just say I love the way this conversation went.
I agree.
It was very realistic for Vivian to feel like she gave up something for their family and to hold on to that and blame Phil for it because he's continued to progress in his career. That's very normal. That's a very normal relationship thing.
While I don't think it's fair, I think it's very normal.
Right. And Phil comes back to her with, I was supporting you. I was telling you you're good. Your insecurity is why you're not doing art.
Exactly.
I gave you an opening to quit and you took it. And it made sense for
Her
you to take it.
She's angry at herself and placing it
Right.
on him.
Exactly. So she's mad that she doesn't have the career she wanted in art, but she's instead of accepting that her own insecurity is why she's here, she blames it on Phil, and they basically tell each other we're going to be as honest as we can. And he tells her like, I was there, I was your biggest fan, I was pushing you, and I could see you were struggling. So I wanted to ease that burden off of you. I embraced where you were headed. I told you this is what you should do. You did it without hesitation, and here we are. I thought it was a great conversation,
I agree.
and I
It
think
was very realistic, reminiscent of real couples. It wasn't played up just to create an issue. They've
mhm,
held a real mature conversation between a husband and wife.
I think they both accepted their part in that situation as well, which was great. I think Viv had imposter syndrome, where she was better than she realized. She was not ready to accept how good she was because
Right.
she didn't feel right in those spaces. Again, very relatable. Um, what else? What else happened there? I'm reading through. Bear with me. Oh, I don't know if some stuff went down in that room. I couldn't tell, but I think Viv wants to go back down. And does Phil try to go with her?
No. She says, I think you should go. I need to save myself this time.
Right. Which is the advice she gave Hillary in the
Hillary.
beginning of the show
Yeah.
when Hillary was about to get her dad to bail her out of the situation with Kylo.
Right.
And she tells her, don't you think it'll be more valuable for you to get yourself out of this situation?
Yep.
So now she has to take her own advice and do the same. Now, not necessarily get herself out of the situation, but handle the situation herself.
Yeah. Which means I don't like the way this is going
Really?
with the whole Michael Ealy thing.
Do you think that her, because she accepts, like, there's some art fellowship or something that he had mentioned previously, her going back, she goes back down and she tells Michael Ealy, let's talk about this art fellowship.
Telling you right now, when it comes to women, it takes one thing that they're emotionally attached to for them to see in another man for them to cheat. If they
Damn.
feel like they're not getting that from the man they're supposed to get it from, she already feels like Phil is not supportive of her art. She's
Mm-hmm.
passionate about her art. She sees another man who is very passionate about her art, and she already said she feels. What did she say she feels around him?
Like oh damn, she put it a certain way. She told Phil like straight
She
up.
told him, yeah. And obviously, I
He
don't
makes
think.
me. Oh, he makes me feel like something.
So I know what it was. I just can't remember.
Yeah,
But he said it's not the way he looks at me; it's the way he looks at my art.
there you go.
But that matters to her.
Right, it
If
validates
that
her
if
worth.
that goes too far, and this situation between Vivian and Phil is not fixed as far as her career and him supporting her, I'm telling you, I'm telling you,
Michael.
Michael Ealy gonna do what Michael Ealy does.
And you could see in that scene when she says, "I want to talk about this fellowship," he is now emboldened to continue to push for
Yep.
that because he's seeing it as her husband came all the way down here unannounced, had a conversation, they went away, and she's still down here with me, and she's still trying to move forward with me. So maybe there is a place for me to slide
Literally and figuratively.
in. Exactly. Double entendre. Bars. Um, and you can see in how his whole posture changes when she says that, like, "Oh yeah, we in there."
I don't like this dude, man.
I really don't think I hope Aunt Viv doesn't go down that road, but like you said, Michael Ealy hasn't at this point. He's been given the green light, as John Legend said.
I
He's
don't
ready to
like this
go right
dude,
now.
man.
Um, at the same time, they're doing a good job of keeping him subtle about it.
Yep, they
We
are.
know what he's doing, but he has not touched her. He has not crossed the line yet.
He's made it about the art.
100%.
A true predator.
He's grooming her basically. Uh, he keeps giving her things. Now she should probably read into that a little bit. He didn't give her an art gallery. Now he getting her the fellowship opportunity. I think he got her an interview with some magazine or a conversation with some people from a magazine at this event as well. So if a man's going this hard for you and he isn't your man, I would hope Aunt Viv is paying attention.
Yep. Be smart. Don't be an idiot, Aunt Viv, please.
And I'm scared of how this is going to play out. Whether it's not, I don't necessarily think she's going to cheat, but what happens when she turns him down?
That's when Jeffrey comes into play. I'm letting you know right now. It only take one time for him to step out of line. There's curtains for that boy. Ain't no warnings. Ain't no being paid off. Jeffrey is getting his his bruvs to handle the business.
Man's them. All right.
Man's
Man.
them. Hey, man's them. Man's them. Handle bruv in the ting. All that.
All right. I think we hit everything.
I think we did.
Let me read through my list real quick. Blah blah blah. Carlton, Jazz, and Hillary. Lisa explaining the token black situation to Will. Connor. Yep. They ride with. Okay, Beulah.
Come on, bro.
Lisa tells Will her real name is Beulah.
Yes.
That part is funny, but the thing I wanted to bring up in this scene, Jabari was Will Smith.
Did you notice he did the Kevin Hart thing?
Which one?
He said, "Damn, I'm sorry.
Oh
I
yeah,
didn't mean
yeah.
it like that." He said that line for line, and this
He,
was shot, I'm sure, before that. So, like, was that
yeah,
just a coincidence?
it had to be. But like the way he carried himself in that moment was very much Will,
One
like
hundred percent.
classic Will,
One
like the
hundred
whole
percent.
scene. Like, do we might need to do a blood test? Um, I thought that was hilarious. I thought it was great. Um,
He's the son we always wanted Jaden to be. Oh man.
I guess. I mean, Jaden cool or whatever. And
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, I wish he would do some regular music again because he was actually killing it when he was rapping. But it is what it is. Um, what else we got? I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, we really touched on everything.
Predictions, thoughts going into. We got 3 more episodes.
I gave most of my predictions throughout the recap. I think Trey. I think not. I don't think the entire situation is resolved, but I do think we hear from Trey before the season is over. Um, I think this Reed Broderick thing is not going to be done by the end of the season. I think at the end of the season is where it heats up with him and our Vivian. Um, I think Will and Carlton are on good terms before the end of the season.
You think they're on good terms?
Yeah,
Hmm. So you think whatever drama is going to happen in the next 2 episodes?
yeah.
All right. What about the election? Are we getting a resolution to the election this season?
No, I think that
I,
would be way too fast.
yeah, I can't tell where they're at in the election cycle. Um,
Like if someone is just joining the race, it can't be close to being over.
Right. I'm trying to think. Hillary's situation, I think, is going to be whatever. I don't know if they're going to try to resolve her and Jazz.
I love Hillary as a character, but I really don't care for her social media.
Her career.
Yeah.
Okay. I think she is going to do the Victoria's Secret thing and get some buku bucks, some bucks. And I
She gonna get
wonder,
lost in the sauce.
do you think it's going to affect the campaign at any point?
Yes. I think Fred Wilkes is gonna find out about it.
Oh man, that's going to be some wild stuff if he does an ad talking about that.
Oh my god. I'm Fred Wilkes and I approve this message.
Do you want your DA's daughter being a thought?
Oh man.
Oh snap. Okay. Does the Will stuff come out? Does Fred find out about Will?
Yes.
You think Carlton does it? Still?
Unintentionally.
Unintentionally, okay.
Yes. Like indirectly. He doesn't mean for Fred to find out, but Carlton, yeah.
Okay. I'm very nervous about that. I don't want it to affect the campaign. I don't want it to affect Will. I feel like something's gonna happen to affect Will and Lisa. That could be it. There's a lot. There's 3 episodes left. There's a lot that could happen, and I don't think there's been a predictable episode yet. Like nothing. I don't think anything has gone how I expected it to yet.
I agree. There's always been some kind of, not necessarily a twist, but something I'm like, oh, that's different.
Right. Like even if you know where something is going, there's an angle to it that you didn't realize. Like the Michael Ealy situation, for example. I didn't expect Phil and Viv to have that conversation that quick.
Me either.
And for it to go the way it did.
But it turned out good. It turned out interesting.
Like it still works, right?
Yeah.
And I thought it was going to be dead this episode. It's not dead at all. It has new life, if anything. All right, I think we've talked about this long enough. I can't imagine how long this would have gone if Shad was here.
Another 2 hours.
So that finale is going to be epic.
Yeah, this has already been like 2 hours, 2 hours 20 minutes, 2 hours 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So with Shad, yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
We hit everything,
soon, brother. Get well soon, brother.
Yeah, definitely get better, Shad.
So you can give us all the deep cuts and shit that we know nothing about. Embarrass us on the podcast.
I guess it'll be around the beginning of April when this show's over, right? Yeah. So we'll definitely get that finale out the way, and then we'll be able to talk about everything all at once. So that'll be good.
Absolutely, I cannot wait. I'm curious how this season is gonna end, but you know.
Yeah, because we don't know the pacing of the show either.
Right.
So that's exciting. They got a lot of stories to tell, a lot that can happen. Things that are happening now, we may not get a resolution to until a couple seasons from now, like the Will Dad thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's gonna come out this year or this season at all. They'll probably give us another hint at some point in the next 3 episodes, but I doubt we get any resolution.
Yeah, only 3 episodes left. You can only fit in so much. So
right. But I guess if that's all we got for this section, episodes 5 through 7. Loving the show. I think 5 stars, whatever. Looking forward to the next one. But until next time, peace.
Peace.